Hey guys, Menchi here. I have a shorts video on my YouTube channel, how to make a job that even a beginner can handle it. I wanted to show you how to make a really simple job. I don't know how it called this style. No, maybe pop trance, maybe only pop, I don't know. These tracks in this style usually are fast, something like from 135 BPM and higher, something like that, and it sounds like that.
Watch me walk away, I'm taking everything. Watch me walk away, I'm taking everything.
Maybe you know this producer from Germany. He's called Jerome, and he made a lot of tracks in other style, and slap house, and this something like this style, and maybe hardcore hard style. There are a lot of variations, there are a lot of options how to make it, maybe more hard, maybe less hard, but the main thing, these tracks all sounds like fast pop tracks, a lot of vocals, but maybe some elements from techno, hardstyle, etc. And let me show you how to make this track easily and fast. I made some arrangement here, and let me show you. Sorry.
Can I ask you, was it something I did? Still I wonder, cause it isn't too clear. I don't want no trouble, tired of the lies. You found yourself another, heart as cold as ice. I'm trying to recover, do you even realize? Watch me walk away, I'm taking everything you want. Watch me walk away, I'm taking everything you want.
Then we have the same breakdown and a bit other drop.
Watch me walk away, I'm taking everything you want. Watch me walk away, I'm taking everything you want.
Something like that. Honestly, it's easy to produce. As I said, even the beginner can make this drop. And we have two types of drop. First one is something like more in pop style, maybe. The second one maybe closer to hardstyle or techno, but also in this pop style. And let me show what I used. I used a kick, something like that. We have a compressor. I used it in every my video. Yeah, then we have a clap without procession. By the way, this clap is from basic drum pack from FL Studio 21, maybe 20 version. I'm not sure, but I guess. And we have a hi-hat. Also quite simple drums. These drums almost the same, but we have a kick bass drum. Actually it sounds like that, but I don't need this tail, this techno tail, and I use envelope for it to make it shorter. The rest is the same. And how to make this bass. Actually, I used Nexus Korg, Robin's Korg gun. It's called Robin's Korg gun from back sound of the 90s. But you can use any organ you have. By the way, I used this organ from the new disco pack of by Vengeance. Yes, something like that. Let me show you how I made this bass. By the way, we have something like a harmony, chords, chord progression, and I use this raised bass, something like keynotes, and I copied and then I pasted something like this. As you see, it's totally matched, but I made the notes shorter and made something like that, copied and made something like offbeat style of this bass. But if we have one shot, it looks like that, something like that. This long note. And by the way, if we copy and paste it, we get something like that. But as you see, this sample labeled like a G, just like something like that, and we need to make the right tone, the right key for this bass, because it sounds like here. It's the keynote for this one, for this sample, for default sample, any sample. But we have another note here. This note sounds like here because it's labeled like that. And what we need to do to make this note, yes, we have a B. The keynote is B, and we need to make something like that from this note to this. 1 2 3, 1 2 3. No, 1 2 3. No, 4 notes. Yeah, I got it. We are going from this note 1 2 3. Yeah, something like that. I'm sorry. But we have long notes. We need to make it shorter, and what we did, tiny bit up, something like that. And you see this button, use loop points, is on. Make sure. And now the length of the note depends on this parameter and depends on the length of these notes. We need just these offbeat notes, and we need this rhythm or this melody of this bass. You can use this note, but I used this Robin Corgan also. It's really simple. It sounds something like a contemporary pop, because if you turn on the radio, you can hear a lot of tracks like that. Then we have another drop, this one. And let me show you what I did here. Actually, I made something like a sub bass. By the way, all the sounds I made from the scratch, from the initial preset. It's not so big problem, and you can see all the settings on your screen. I used only these manipulations and nothing hidden. Yeah, you can copy it from the screen. It's something like a sub bass, and here we have a mid bass. In this one layer, and by the way, I used the EQ to make so like to split the low frequencies and mid frequencies. Also we have the same situation like here when I used one shot. We have this one shot. And I did the same because this one is F. It's something like here, and we need to make B. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Something like from this note 6 semitones upper. Yeah, something like that. And I did the same for this bass. As you hear, the bass sounds on the higher notes shorter, on the lower notes longer. And I did this crossfade and use loop points options to this bass. And it sounds almost the same for every note. And we have two layers here. Also, I use this loop. To make these drums cooler. Yeah, and that's it. We have a simple drop. We can make it using these one-shot basses. You can find it almost in every Vengeance library. Yeah, and let me show you what we have in the breakdown. We have a pad. It's something like that. I use chorus, delay, compressor, reverb. Also I use just saw oscillator, and I used 8 unison voices. Also I did LFO. I sent it to this cutoff parameter. Yeah. Something like that. I also made it from the scratch. Then we have Riz bass. Also I made it from the scratch. I used chorus, compressor and reverb. And also it's something like a pad but sounds lower. It's almost the same preset. Okay, and we have this cool bass. It sounds something like back in the days, back to 90s. Sounds really cool. By the way, I didn't use FXs, just 2 oscillators, 2 saws, but this saw is octave higher. Also I used a send for this cutoff parameter, and here I used more voices to make it's a bit detuned. I think it sounds happy, something like maybe I don't know, to make a good mood. Yeah, and then here I made something like snare roll. Yeah, using this snare. Looks so simple. This track looks so simple, and you don't need to make I don't know, complicated jobs, difficult I don't know, features. Just simple instruments like one shots, maybe here you can see I made it from the scratch. You can make it, turn in some options, parameters, and make the simple bass to your track. Okay, tell me in the comments, write down what you think about it, and Menchi was here. Bye bye guys.